What's up, guys? Welcome back to STROK'D, the art of mental stimulation. But we touch subjects at depths that most people aren't willing to go. You already know I go there, man. I go there. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. Transparency at its finest, man. Keep it honest, raw. I dive deep. Let's go, man. Ride with me. Let's ride this wave. If you're tuning in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on whatever avenue or streaming platform that you're listening on. I appreciate the love, man, very much. Thank you, man, for showing the love. You guys don't know how much that means to me or what that means to me. It's time. We about to get in there. It's time, man. I touch subjects at a very simplistic way, so anyone can resonate with the message. You can even let your kids listen in on this. Of course, I'm powered by God. What comes up, comes out. Whatever God puts in my heart, whatever message he wants to deliver, man, that's what I do on this mic. So, I'm in the audience just like you. Let's see what he has for us today, man. And of course, you know what time it is. It's time to get stroked up. I want to address an issue that, man, is so prevalent everywhere in the world for years. I've heard other people tackle the subject. And I don't know. I just feel like tonight, we're just going to get in there and on a whole different type of level. So I want to start, man. I know this girl, smart, intelligent. I was speaking with her, and she said, I have a problem finding female friends. I was like, what do you mean you have a problem finding female friends? She said, I have one friend, I hang out with her, and she's always saying negative things to me. She's always dimming my light. She's always, she always has sly remarks that she likes to make. And I said, well, how is that your friend? Why is that your friend? And why are you hanging around her? She was like, I don't have anyone else to hang around with. And I might have brought this up briefly on another episode or something, but I guess I'm expanding now because the episode is about jealousy. So, that's what she said. I was like, because you don't have anyone else. She was like, yeah. She said, no matter what kind of successes I have, I've discussed anything, she always work hard to bring me down a notch. Whatever I say, she's always going to come back and say something, negative, to make me feel good and not feel so great about myself. I'm like, why would you even put yourself in that surrounding? And she repeats, she's like, because I don't have anyone else. And I said, man, that's crazy, because the main reason that she seems like she doesn't like being around you, she is the main reason why she stays. It has to be your energy, because this person has a beautiful energy. She's a beautiful, attractive young lady. And I'm sure she draws a lot of attention, and, people come around. Even if she wasn't as attractive as she is, she probably would still attract people, because her energy is magnetic. And that's the same thing that has that individual around. And she's probably secretly studying her. She probably secretly admires her, but at the same time despises her, because she is focused on the outside instead of reflecting within her own self, because it's something deep inside of her that's making her feel this way about this individual. Instead of giving her kudos, reaching out, being complimentary, somewhere down the line in her life, she was taught that that's not the thing to do. Like, you're in competition with a person or whatever, and, you don't give them accolades, or you don't congratulate them, whatever, because then you'll know that you're better than me, or think that you're better than me. That was embedded in her somewhere in her life. Because if she's around her like that all the time, it's something she appreciates, something she likes. She's studying it. And if she will reflect inside and do the inner work and look at her own self-worth, she could probably have the same magnetic, situation too. Because the girl also explained, because, she draws a lot of attention. People always trying to talk to her, people that she's not even attracted to and she doesn't want. But apparently the people that she's attracting are the people that the person that's hanging around her, she actually likes them. She's actually interested in them. So instead of, doing the things that it take to probably make herself more appealing, not even physically, spiritually, her attention is focused outward on this young lady or whatever. So, so we have to be mindful of that, man. First and foremost, she has to work on herself. It's something deep down inside that she doesn't like about herself. It's something that she views as not so great about herself. Her confidence is super low, self-esteem, and that's where a lot of jealousy comes from. And if she's really this young lady's friend also, she would have spoken with her as I did and know about her background. Her childhood wasn't great. She had a rough upbringing, man. She went through a lot of things, abuse, to name a few, all kind of things. You know, she had, you know, drug related issues in her history. So this girl went through so much stuff. So these people that we sit up there and we are jealous of or towards or whatever you want to say, do you really want to walk a mile in their shoes to see them get to that point of where they're at now, where this light is shining brightly and, you know, they getting to enjoy a piece of life? Because all the life before, if you really look in their background, some of these people, man, it was rough. So do you really want to walk in those shoes and go through those same situations that got them to the point they're in right now? So you're viewing the right now. You're viewing what's going on then. You don't know the background. Just like on social media. People present certain things on social media. Not saying everybody's faking on social media, but most people are putting their best foot forward, whether it's true, whether it's not or whatever. But you don't see the story behind it. You see what everybody shows you. You know, so it was a lot of pain behind that smile. And it took a lot of self-work to get that young lady to that point where she can, you know, have that energy flowing from her body, that light. Because when you think about everything she went through, you would think that light shouldn't exist. It should be total darkness, man. It should be total darkness. And when it comes to jealousy, it comes in all kind of facets. It could be friendships, relationships. I mean, it could be in work-related environments, man. And I think the word's probably facets, but whatever. We'll go back to that. I told you, man, I keep it raw. I'm not editing anything. Yeah, but it can come in, you know, it can come in all kind of ways. So you got to be mindful of that, man. You never know, man. It could be in the family. I know sibling rivalries they have. You know, there's a lot of those going around. Maybe growing up, the parent favored without knowing was showing more favoritism towards one child, and the other one viewed that as, you know, they became resentful. They were bitter. So we have a child that excels at something all the time, and you're praising them. You're so smart, and you're so great, and they have all these trophies, and they have all these things. And you had this other kid, you know, maybe they showing out. They don't have all these accolades or whatever. And, you know, they're getting yelled at or probably fussed at all the time or, you know, ridiculed or whatever because, you know, they look at this person. So they become, you know, resentful or jealous instead of like a parent. Not saying, you know, no one's a bad parent. Focus on why that other kid is like that. They might be having learning issues. They may be, you know, vying for attention or whatever. So it could be a lot of reasons why this is going on. But, you know, I had a guy that I worked with before, he said he only wanted 2 kids for that reason. He said he wanted 2 kids. He's like, because it's always one that's left out. He's like, because you got to think about it. He's like, it's me and my wife. So, you know, if you have 2 kids, it's always someone to have that kid's attention. You know, it's always someone and no one feels left out. And that was his logic for that reason. I think I don't know if did he grow up? I can't remember if he grew up with a third person or not. And he knows what that feels like for him to even bring that up. But we have to be mindful of that, man. Sometimes this stuff is created in the background without us realizing. So parents, if you have these kids, make sure, you know, unbeknownst to you, that you're not doing this accidentally, man. Figure it out. Put more attention and effort and time into that other kid that seems to, you know, not be performing as well in life, or, you know, they having, you know, some issues a little bit. It may be something deeper there, man. I'm always going back to therapy, figuring it out, show them love as well. I'm always a fan of parents still having one-on-one relationships with kids when they have more than one. A lot of times, especially that older one, I don't know, it seems, you don't make them a parent, but they have a little responsibility or whatever when they have little siblings or whatever. One-on-one. Go to the movies with just one of them sometimes, like individually. Have individual relationships with them, and, you know, we can deal with that. You know, that older kid, man, just say, hey, daddy Sunday, mother Sunday, mother daughter, daddy daughter, however you know you want to look at it. Take them out on their own, because sometimes, you know, they forget what it feels like to be just them and you. All right, so that, you know, that can kind of help some of that too, man. I've seen siblings that like hate each other's guts because of certain things, or because of successes, because of stuff like that. A sibling buys a vehicle, you know, and the other sibling is jealous and talking about it, and you look up and you find a sibling that went out and got a vehicle too, and, you know, you like, wow, you got a new vehicle too, because, you know, they're trying to keep up. It's that rivalry and it's that jealousy. Oh, they're not going to want me go buy a vehicle too, not knowing that someone probably bought a vehicle with 500,000 miles on it, and, you know, it's one step away from the junkyard or something like that. They just see that. Yo, you're not going to one-up me. You're not going to get something too. And they'll go put their stuff in the bind, getting a note on a car or a vehicle or whatever, not knowing what's going on with this situation. So you never know what's going on behind the scenes. You never know what's going on behind the scenes, man. This person, man, they went and got them a BMW or whatever, so I'm going to go get this too. You go get this vehicle, you realize the maintenance on it is $1,200 for something that probably costs $100 or $200 on a regular vehicle, you know, trying to keep up, trying to have that rivalry, man, that back and forth. That is not how that goes, man. We got to stop being jealous of each other's successes. Let's uplift each other, because it's a lot of work going along with this stuff, man. It's a lot of work. And don't be afraid to tell someone you're proud of them. And, man, I like the way you're living life, man. I want to do that too. Maybe they give you the blueprint. Maybe they give you the blueprint and you can follow in their footsteps, you know, and get to the same place. You know, it's a roadmap to everything. Literally, if you copycat and do something someone else did, if you do it step by step, you're going to get the same result. Step by step, you're going to get the same result. But we got to stop being afraid to tell people that. You know, we're afraid to let someone think that we need them. And we're afraid to let someone think that we admire them and we view them as, you know, as high. I don't want you to think I view you as higher than me or whatever. So what, man? I don't mind asking questions. I don't care, man. I worked in an environment before, and I found out that a lot of people had like more than 6 figures in their 401ks, you know, and I walked around to each individual I heard that had that much money in their 401k. No shame in my game. I didn't care. I'm not jealous. I want to know how you did it. So, you know, I walk around to each of these individuals and I talk to them one-on-one. I was like, hey, man, I heard you had this, this, and this. And, you know, I want to plan for my future just like that. I was like, so if you don't mind, if you have a moment, can I speak with you? And you can kind of give me some tips of where to put my money at so it can grow like that in the time frame that your money grew like that. And each and every one of them told me yes. And I had a couple of them say, no one ever asked them that. No one ever came to them to ask them that. You know, people just look from afar, they wonder, and they want it, but they never open their mouth. I communicated, man. I'm happy for anyone's success. And I don't want you to think all the time that, you know, jealousy is bad. Jealousy is a natural emotion. It pops up sometimes in people, you know, but there's levels to it. Sometimes people go too far with it. It is levels to it. Something might pop in your mind for a brief second. You're like, man, they get the best breaks or something like that. And then it's just like, oh, it goes out of your head. If you're smart, you get to work. You see how they did it. You know, you'll figure out the plan and, you know, get to work and do your thing to get the same results, man. Hard work usually goes behind that, man. I'm not going to touch on this one. I might make a full episode about it because someone asked me to. Jealousy in relationships. Jealousy in relationships, man. I mean, that's a big one. I'm going to say women because I hear more from women than men, but men are jealous too. We'll jump into that, though. You'll have a woman that's jealous of another woman because she thinks her man is attracted to that woman. Or she thinks her man is looking at that woman. And at the end of the day, it's just fear. It's fear. It's fear of something within yourself that's saying you're not good enough to hold him or her. You're not good enough to keep them or whatever. So you're mad at this other woman because how she looks, the energy that, you know, exudes from her, and something that she can't control, number one, how she look. And number two, you can't control your mate from looking at a person. They have eyes or whatever. So you just got to trust in what you guys have built and that they won't do anything else. And if they do, that's just God showing you that they're not for you. They're not for you. That's it. You should be thanking the other person if it's that easy for your mate to move on and go somewhere else just because someone is attractive or whatever. So, yeah, man, we got to stop doing this, man. I've seen women fighting. I watch ID channel all the time. Don't call me crazy. Don't call me a psycho or anything. I don't know. I love watching those shows, though. But a lot of people have been killed over that. They've been killed over because their emotions get the best of them. So a lot of people don't know how to control their emotions, man. They're so afraid of just losing that person that made them feel this type of way that they try to hold them close. And they get mad at the other individual who has nothing to do with anything. And like I said before, you don't know what this person has been through. It could be a person who's very attractive, and because of that, she attracted a lot of attention and, you know, could have dealt with rape, could have dealt with all kind of things going on in her life. And if you really knew the backgrounds, a lot of times you wouldn't want to switch shoes. You wouldn't want to switch places with that person, man. So you're looking at everything just in your face, and what you see with the eye. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So that's a big one that we got to get rid of. If you're one of these individuals, you know who you are. You know if it's happened to you before. You can't get mad at the other person, man. You have to look at, you know, what's real, the person right in front of you. The person right in front of you. And I'm talking about in front of the mirror. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. What are you lacking that makes you put this much attention and effort into being bitter and hating this person who has no idea, who has no control over who the person that you're with is looking at or how the person that you're with is viewing them? Like, they have no control over it. They have no control over that person's attraction or whatever it is that's, you know, making their attention go over it. No control. but you have found yourself super angry and super mad. Never spoke a word to this person. You probably would be best friends with this person if it wasn't for that person that you were with. You met them in the store, on the street, at school, at work, or whatever. Y'all could probably be the best of friends. The best of friends. So does that really make sense? Does that really, really make sense? She thinks she all that. Look at her. Like, real? What? What? It's like she couldn't control that her parents got together, and when they combined their chromosomes and all that stuff together, that's how they came out. That's how they look. Well, she's supposed to not be herself and not exude great energy. She's supposed to, not vibrate high and walk around vibrating low because they're attractive or whatever. No, man, that doesn't make sense. So let's do the inner work, man. Let's do the inner work and figure out what's really going on. There's insecurities, or look at your mate. Maybe they're the type of person that's making you feel worthless. They're making you feel like you're not good enough already. So when you see other people, it becomes a threat. When you are secure in yourself, none of that matters. None of that matters because you feel so good about yourself. Because if you're with someone and they decide to do that, hit the door, Jack. That's it. You know your worth. Everything starts with self-worth. Know your worth, man. Know your worth. A lot of people walking around in these dark places and getting mad at people with this great energy that's attracting all this stuff. Do your inner work. Figure out why you're in that dark place. Go back to the pain of what made you get into that space. Go back to the issue, the root of the issues that brought you to that point, man. So you can be so secure in yourself. It doesn't matter who you with. It doesn't matter about anything surrounding you. No one else's successes, what goes on in life. You are still you no matter what. At the end of the day, nothing determines that. And I kind of covered it on the last episode. Nothing determines that. We're going to always go back to that, man. Start with self-worth. And when it comes to guys, you guys not exempt, man. Guys probably have jealousy on a higher level, man. A higher level. Women just kind of let their emotions get the best of them, so it's shown a little bit more. But, yeah, guys get jealous, too. They look at another guy, they jealous of what they have, the money they have, the lady they have, the job they have. They get jealous, too, the vehicle they drive, all of that. So just like the same thing goes for you, man. Figure out what the issue is. If you are jealous of somebody's money, get to work. Get to work, man. And no matter how they get the money, it could be someone, a dope boy or something. You see him, he got all the flashy cars, he got all this stuff going on. Do you really want to take the risk? Do you really want to take that risk to have the things that he has? Do you really want to take that risk to get out there and put yourself out there like that? You could end up dead, in jail, all these other things going on. Do you really want to put yourself out there to take that risk like that, losing your family, all that type of stuff? It's just because you like someone has money. Number one, if you like the woman that he has and you think it takes money to get the woman that he has, that means the woman you with is not going to be for you. It's not going to be real love. Anyone who has I was talking about men that's with them for money, they don't really love you. They don't really love you. So that means you're in a relationship for show. I'm going to say you're in a TikTok or Instagram relationship. You just want to have some nice pictures to take. They don't really love you. Okay, so you don't need them anyway, man. You find that woman who loves you for whatever you has. She loves you for whatever you have. Even if you might have just enough, but you're looking at them and you think they got more than you. You might have everything that you need. Or even if you don't have much, she loves you even with that little bit that you have. She sees potential in you right now. So if you find somebody that sees potential in you while you view yourself as down, because apparently if you look at another person and you think they have all this, you're getting jealous, you see yourself as below them. I just call a spade. And she's with you then. That's real love. That's real love. And this person probably goes to bed at night, that other person that you're jealous of, who people are attracted to for money, they still feel lonely. They feel lonely with those dollars and with those pretty women. At the end of the night, they feel lonely no matter what. I don't care. They probably feel lonely with someone laying beside them. And is that the life that you really want, man? Come on now. Is that the life that you really want? And some of you guys are answering yes because you haven't evolved yet. Emotionally or whatever, you're not really mature, and that's appealing to you. But at the end of the day, ask some of the old heads walking around that live their life, and you see them walking around lonely now with no one. Ask some of them. Have some conversations with them, man. I love having conversations with older people. You find out a lot of stuff, and they talk about a lot of things they would have changed. A lot of things they would have changed. They would have been more appreciative. And that's number one, man. You have to be grateful and appreciative of what you have. The things that God has blessed you with, you have to be appreciative of what you have, man. You got to. Because you're saying God ain't, he ain't doing good enough. You're saying, God, man, this ain't enough for me, man. What are you doing, man? This ain't enough. I need more. How he get all that, and I don't have this, and I don't have that. You don't know how your story is written. God probably be testing you to see, how you act with what he gives you, what you have already, to see if it's time to take you to the next level. You got to show appreciation for what you have. I had a 2001 Honda Accord, man, before. And I worked hard and saved up my money for that. It's like I had to start from scratch one time, you know, had business and whatever. And then I had to start from scratch. So I worked 2 jobs. Tired, I don't know, man, tired all the time. I was always tired, always working. Saved up my money. I worked 2 jobs for 2 months because I had a plan. Like I told you guys before in that last episode, come up with a plan and then, you know, time frame, do what you got to do and get out. I was focused. 2 months, I worked 2 jobs, and I saved the money up because I said, I want to buy me a cash car. I don't want a note right now, and I want to buy this cash car, man. Bought this little Honda Accord. The car, it had stitches in the front. I still have it, actually. I still have it. I have another vehicle, but I still have that Honda. I don't drive it. I actually probably need to sell it or something. But, you know, I like looking at it from time to time because you remind me of something I had to go through a time period in my life, though. It got stitches in the front, but that thing ran smoothly, man. I'm talking about I had the CD player still in it with the remote, the sunroof. If you ever watch Baby Boy, it's that Baby Boy Honda, man. And, man, I took care of that car like it was a Bentley or something. You know, I washed it all the time. Anybody who know me now, I wash my car every Monday. The car I have now, I wash it every Monday. I clean it every Monday. That people are afraid to get in there, even with a drink. It's so clean. It's like it's brand new still. You know, I take care of it. And that other car, that Honda, I took care of it just the same. And because I don't know who told it to me or I read it somewhere or I heard it somewhere, but it said, if you show God that you can take care of what he does, give you what you do have, and you're appreciative, he know that you have room to for him to bless you with the next level, with the next thing. I think Steve Harvey was saying that. I think I get that from Steve Harvey. I got to give him his props. I think it just hit me, though. So when I read that or heard that, man, I took care of that Honda so well. You know, I'm talking about I cleaned it all the time, man. It smelled good all the time. I took care of it. Like some people call it bucket or something. I took care of my little bucket. And before long, God put me in a position to move further ahead. And he did that by, I don't want to say by accident. To me, it seemed like by accident. But what happened was I had that car for a few years, and it ran smooth and never gave me any issues, man. I just changed out the stuff like basic maintenance. And one day the car was sitting low. It started riding low. So I'm like, man, let me go get this fixed. You know, I don't have a note, so I didn't mind. I had money to, you know, fix the car. When you're not paying the car note, you know, you're saving your money. You know, you can do that. So I'm like, this is probably going to cost me about $1,000. All right, so I get to the Honda place, and the people diagnose the car and tell me it's going to be $4,500 to fix it. I was like, $4,500? I didn't pay but $2,500 for the car. That cost more than the entire car, probably what it's worth or whatever. So in my mind, I was good in life. Well, at that time, I ain't going to say good in life because I always strive for more, but I was good. I was comfortable. You know, I had money to take care of everything. I had money in the bank. I had money saved. And like I say, the perks of not having a car note or whatever, you know. So, you know, I was good, but I was afraid to go further, you know. So I was like, man, I don't want a car note because, you know, a car note is going to make me, you know, have to strive a little harder, work a little harder, push a little harder to make sure, you know, I keep up with that. And I was like, man, I do not want a car note, man. I do not. But God came over me and he said, it's time. It's time. You're comfortable. And because you have this car note, this newfound bill or whatever, it's going to make you work harder because I always want more. Whatever bills or whatever expenses I have, I'm going to always try to have double, triple that or even more because, you know, I like to live comfortable. I like to not question anything I want. And anybody around me, no matter what walk of life I've been in, they know that I always seem comfortable because I've always put myself in that position, man. I always want more. So I was like, now I'm going to have to step my game up. So it really was a fear probably that I would have to step my game up is why I wanted to stay in that 2100 Accord. I could have been got out of it or been, you know, got better according to other people. But, you know, I stayed in it. But God, you know, he pushed me. You know, he's like, it's time. That car's $4,500. You need to get it. If you're going to do that, you might as well get a car you want, you know, with a note or whatever. So I stepped my game up, man. And then I double, triple, quadruple, 10 times more than what that note is because he put me in that position. Sometimes you have to step out of that comfort zone and do what you have to do. But speaking of jealousy, let me tell you this, man. I didn't care about riding around in that Honda. I did not care about what people thought about me riding around in that Honda. I wasn't jealous of anyone who had something better than that Honda. I was blessed that I had that Honda. I was blessed I did not have a car, and I did not care, man. I go out somewhere, and I'll pull up at a little lounge or bar in it. I don't care who sees me in it. If you're judging me, oh, man, you messing up. Because this Honda definitely wasn't an indication of what I was doing and what I had going on in my life, and I liked it like that. I liked it like that because I met someone, I knew they were meeting me, and they would meet me at where I was, perceived to them where I'm at. So I didn't care about that, man. And that's what God does. He blesses you with more, man. Your spirit of jealousy, you have to let it go. Appreciate what you have. Love what you have. Love the roof over your head. If you see someone with a bigger or better house and, you're looking at it, don't be jealous of them. He's like, man, I aspire to have a house like that. So then you start researching everything about having a house like that and, or ask the person, have a conversation with this person if that's the type of person, you want to have a conversation with. Because sometimes there are people who we view as not deserving of certain things that have things like this. That's what makes people angry sometimes. You look at a person that's probably not kind or they brag or they, not a good person. And you look at they got all these great things. It's just like, why they have that? And you try to question God, like, why are they blessed with all that stuff, man? Why they got all that going on? Like I said, look at it outside. You don't know. They can have all that going on. Then you look at them inside that house, marriage falling apart, got a incurable disease or something like that. Like, we have to stop paying attention to other people's houses. We got to have tunnel vision. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus within. Focus on God. And anything you want, you can have. Anything you want, you can have. I don't care how big and how far away it seems to you. Anything you want, you can have. So instead of focusing attention on other things and things you don't have and things that people have, focus on you. Let's focus on doing the work. Tunnel vision, baby. I want this. I got to do this, this, and this, and this, and this to get this. I want this, so I got to do this, this, and this to get this. This person, I view them as this. That's why they're getting all these people. I think they're so attractive and I'm not or whatever. You can't change how you look. Change what you can, do what you can, but it's all about your spirit. Most times, people are more attracted to energy and spirit without even realizing it. You haven't seen unattractive people walking around with some of the most attractive people or some of the most loving people. You say, man, he has a great woman, or man, she has a great man, or whatever. Because that's why their spirit is beautiful. Their spirit is beautiful. When I say unattractive, I mean the eyes who ever view it that way, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. There is someone for everyone, man. I see a lot of people who people view as unattractive that they are always in a relationship. They are always in a relationship. So that's proof right there, man. It's in the eye of the beholder. It's somebody for everybody out there. But we got to do the work. We got to get rid of the spirit of jealousy, man. It does not belong here. The moment that you get rid of that and you focus on you, watch how your life changes. Watch how you're blessed. Because people can feel that dark energy within you. People can feel that dark energy within you. God will bless you. God will bless you with people in your life. God will bless you with situations. It's probably people that's supposed to be near you, and they're scared to come around because your energy is off-putting. Your energy is negative. Your energy is dark. So you have to look at that. You isolate yourself and say, why no one want to be around me? Or why this and this and this and that? It's because of your energy. It's because of your energy. So you have to work on that, man. You have to work on that. But, we have to get rid of this jealousy, man. It's jealousy all around us. You'll have, like I said, not even romantic relationships, friendships. You have friends that's jealous of other friends because they're getting closer to another friend, or family members that's jealous of someone else because they're getting closer to this person. We have these attachment issues. We have to be able to live freely, man. Detach, no expectation, and let life go on. You can't try to hold a person close like that. Like I always say, the tighter you hold, the further away they go. No one wants to be in the cage. We have people who gossip and destroy people just to be closer to a person. Just to be closer to a person. And that's in all relationships. Like I said, people always think about romantically. They will gossip and say bad things, and they will say negative things just to be close to keep the relationship they have with this person, just with them. They don't want that person to be out in the world. They don't want to share that person out in the world because they want to hold them close, man. They're afraid to live alone. They're afraid to be to themselves. A lot of people are afraid because they don't want to face themselves. They don't want to face themselves, man. So it's codependency. There's a lot of codependency out there too, so that could be another issue of jealousy. You have become codependent. You have become codependent, so you have to address that, man. You got to let these people go out into the world and let them do what they do. If you let somebody go out into the world and do things, they don't come back to you, and you think somebody can take them like that, like I said, they're not for you. They're not for you. You know how hard it is to live that life? Always wondering what somebody's doing. Always wondering what someone is saying to a person. Just always, your whole mindset is on them. Your whole mindset is on them. You have jealousy that keeps a parent's attention from their own kids. They're too focused on what a partner is doing or what somebody else is doing that their attention is not even on their own kids in their household. Kids needing all kind of attention, all kind of things, but their focus is on that, keeping that person close. I can't let you leave. You know, I can't let you go anywhere. I can't let you do anything. And, man, we got to stop living that life, man. What's for us is for us. All right, so let's practice being grateful. Let's practice being mindful. Let's practice loving ourselves. Let's focus within and do this self-work. I'm sorry. To improve our self-worth. That's why I got the two words mixed up. But, man, let's do this, man. Forget all about this jealous stuff, man. Release it. Watch how light you feel. Watch how great you feel once you release that. Once you're not paying attention to nobody's household. And when I say household, I mean yourself, your spirit, or your physical house, whatever you're looking at, however you want to view it. Pay attention to just you. Forget the world. Tunnel vision. It's just you. And all this stuff is perception anyway, man. None of it matters. Be grateful. You know, give it up to God. Be blessed. And you guys know what just happened to you. You just got stroked up. Bye.